Good morning, Matt.
Hey. Well, Carlos, what's up?
All right, how are you?
Hey, pretty good. We were just in the practice meeting with Thad.
Okay, cool.
A different room. Yeah, it was good because the PowerPoint wasn't presenting as such, and the last thing you want to do is like try and say, "Hey, everybody," and everyone's like trying to give tips on what button to press. And
yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So does he have a good Wi-Fi connection? Because I mean, he's close to the airport. He had to.
He's at the airport. I got 4 people to sign up. I have a feeling 1 or 2 is going to show up. I'm bringing stand-ins, so if I share it later, it looks better.
Yeah.
I asked him. I said, "Let's not do introductions." I told him. I said, "I've been in front of the camera a number of times, and I've learned that the energy you think you have is up here, and the energy you actually have is down here. And then when the camera turns on, the energy you really get goes down there." So I told him. I said, be overly energetic. Don't be
okay, that's a good tip.
Yeah, because what I'm doing is the whole purpose of this is I'm going to take this, send it to my video editor, and try and put it to cut it up and put it on all the product detail pages. So there's video and stuff for people to see as they get to it. Yeah. So
I wasn't gonna have my camera on. I mean, you don't need people with cameras on, or do you?
You know, I'm asking my team to have cameras on. I think Thad should have his. You don't have to, but what I don't want to do is, the real people that are in here, I don't want to have a bunch of cameras off and they're just like, going for a walk or something like that. I kind of want to have some engagement, especially because I'm going to film this.
Okay, I'll leave the camera on. I'm okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can noodle around in other tabs and stuff. You don't have to like,
yeah.
This, but it's probably makes the video look a little better for all the future customers. So
perfect.
There we go. All right. Yes, we're starting here.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, Juan Carlos. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
There we go. And Mr. Watson, you're from the Peak Shine?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for joining this one here. You guys coming here soon. I tried to look you guys up. I couldn't find too much on the internet.
If you're not on the internet, you're not real. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess so.
We own 2 brands in the Round Rock and Georgetown, Texas area. So they are not branded as Peak Shine right now.
Oh, okay.
Give me 30 days.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the MRO side. Juan Carlos up there, he's with the Superlok Mako side. And I was at the car wash show in Vegas. What was it, a month ago? I don't know. Were you out there?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bring in Thad too. There we go. Hey, Thad's here. Hey, Thad. Some of the there's your Jonathan here. He was at the car wash show. I don't know if you guys brushed into each other or not, but anyway, Thad, you're muted.
Hello, Jonathan. Hello, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. People going. Thad, I guess why don't we just get started? We'll run through this thing, and everybody else, if you're part of the presentation, we'll send you out some stuff. I got some Yeti mugs and gift cards and things like that for your time. Appreciate that. Okay. Thad, let's get started when you're ready.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time today. Thank you for joining us on this Lunch and Learn. And just today, we want to introduce a very exciting and innovative line of instrumentation and control products. And these products work well across multiple industries. And today, we're going to focus on the car wash industry. And car wash is one of our bigger markets for us because our products are very durable. They're lifetime guaranteed. And it makes sure your car wash is functioning well and there's no service calls. And at the end of the day, that means dollars in your pocket. So we're really proud to introduce this product line. And with that, I will get started, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with a PowerPoint presentation. And we will feel free during this to stop me, ask questions at any time that you would like. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, can everybody see my screen? It says Superlok Eye Fitting and Mako products.
Yes.
Yes.
Great, great. So we are instrumentation and control products company, and we have a wide variety of products and service other markets like oil and gas and semiconductor. And really what our products are is very high-end plumbing, high pressure, mostly high-grade stainless. And if you think about it, we're just our pipe is stainless tube, and our faucets in plumbing are ball valves, and then our connectors and elbows and fittings are all tube fittings or JIC fittings, which are used in the car wash industry. That's why we do well in the car wash industry, providing those type of industrial products. So we're going to go through this kind of fast because I assume that the people here kind of know what compression fittings are and valves. But just a brief history: back in 1959, Superlok introduced this product to the market, and right now there's probably a good 20 high quality main players in the market, which Superlok is one of them. And the reason that this is a good system, and it hasn't changed since 1959 until we came on board, was it's very quick. It can be done out in the field with just a simple saw and a wrench, so you can connect thousands of pounds of pressure really quick, really easy. The stainless tubing, as you see in your bottom middle, it can be bent and routed around different products, so less leak points because you can bend it, and it looks clean. It's got a good industrial look. So very, very important way to contain gases, liquids, anything at ambient pressure, negative pressure, or high pressure. It's a good system, and that's why it's been used for so many years and hasn't changed. So one of the big problems with these fittings is they all have the same instructions on putting them in, and during installation, a lot of people do not know the instructions or do not follow the instructions, and that's where we came into play. We knew there were several things that caused a high leak rate in the industry. So typically when I go do a presentation to say an end user, the report is a 5 to 10% leak rate in the industry, and because of the installation process. It's not the fitting itself. The fitting itself, if it's installed properly, it's going to work 100% of the time. So we addressed that, wanted to solve that problem. Is how can we take that 5 to 10% and bring it to zero? So therefore, Superlok came out with some innovation that we call it almost dummy proof. It's a leak-free guaranteed process where when you put this fitting in, we're going to guarantee it for life that it will never leak. So as you see here, the installation process, I've had a tube fitting in front of me. You insert a piece of pipe into the tubing and you hand tighten the nut. And once you hand tighten the nut onto that piece of pipe, you mark the nut in the body with a marker, and it's just 1 1/4 turns from hand tight. And that's a instruction for every brand out there. So they're all the same dimensionally, and intermixability with all brands for the most part is 100%. So we're all the same product other than the innovation that Superlok brings to the market. The big problem with these fittings is going to be on my next slide. It's a gap gauge that you check the gap between the nut and the body after you're done. And this is the part of the process that is rarely seen. If I had to give a number on it, less than 5% of installers actually use a gap gauge, and many of them don't know that one exists. So as you see this gap gauge on the bottom right, as it's placed between the nut and the body, it is a check to make sure that this system has been put together right, that the nut is in the exact right place. And it's real critical that that nut is secured in just the right spot each time. And that's why a gap gauge is important. So, you know, what can happen for you guys in the car wash industry when you do have fittings that leak? You know, one is you've wasted the fitting and the tubing, which is an expense. Number two is a lot of times you'll have to cut that section out and go back and restart. So we've got, you know, some time being spent. Time is money in your industry. And also probably much larger is equipment failure and leaks. So in the car wash industry, you know, being down an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, you know, that's actually translates to dollars. So we want to stop the downtime, and we want to make sure that when these products go in, that there is no downtime. We hear a lot from other industries that are other car wash operators that have used different types of plumbing and piping that while ours may be marginally more expensive, in the long run, it costs them much less to use something that's solid that will never leak versus having to send maintenance out or having their car wash be down. So here's our solution, and we call this a game changer in the industry. The Superlok fitting does have 2 patents on it, and this is the primary patent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share a video with you about an installation, and you'll see exactly how the fitting works. See, he's hand tighten that nut onto the tubing. And as he turns, that nut will be turned 1 1/4 times. But this red ring you'll see is an indicator of when that nut is turned the 1 1/4 times. Okay, so that exact moment was when the indicator pops. And it's just a real easy way to quickly put a fitting together and know you've done it exactly correct every time. So if that nut was a 1/2 turn back from there, it's too loose. A 1/2 turn or a 1/4 turn tighter than that, it's too tight. So literally that spot where the red rings pop is the exact point of perfect compression, which that fitting we will guarantee will never leak. So some things we do different than other companies out there. You'll notice on the top left, we individually bag all of our fittings, and that does several things. It keeps them clean. It keeps the nuts and ferrules together, because during vibration and packaging, we've seen other brands where the nuts fall off, the ferrules fall out, and they get lost. We're also able to put a brand, a part number, and the size on it. So in a lot of industries, people who aren't experienced with fittings might not know that that's a 1/2 inch MPT by 1/4 inch tube. And since we have a size on the bag and an identifier, you can tell exactly what's in that bag without making mistakes. On the bottom left, you can see the ring design. And it's a tongue and groove snap ring, and those are reusable rings that can be picked up, snapped right back on, and used again as a portable gap gauge. And as you can see on the bottom right, this is a double ferrule system that is in the example. We also sell single ferrule, so we'll provide both types of tube fittings that are in the market should you need. Does anybody have any questions at this point? All righty, moving right along. So we'll go back over the couple things that we do different than everybody else. We talked about the individual bagging, the part number and size on the bags, the built-in gap gauge, and we'll talk about the blue identification band here in a second. As far as competitive pricing, our biggest competitor in the market is Superlok, and we're typically a significant reduction in price versus their price. We do provide a lifetime warranty against failure, and to date, we have this patent for 13 years, and with a lifetime warranty, and we have not had one warranty claim with millions and millions in the market. So Literally, it's a solution that is guaranteed, and we can back that up. We also warrant that our parts are interchangeable and intermixable with the major competition, which means you could take our ferrules and put it in their fitting, or take their nut and put it on our fitting. So you can put the parts in a bucket, pull them out, and not know what they are, and they are certified to be interchangeable, intermixable. So the blue band patent, as you can see, bottom left and bottom right, there's a blue band there. And what that does with other fittings in the market, if they install a wall of fittings, say 50 to 100 fittings, some of them they'll plumb up, some of them they won't, so they don't always know which ones have been tightened. So we have the only color change. So when ours has been tightened, you'll see the blue band when it's been tightened correctly. So if you go and want to have a safety check, you can go to that wall and look at the entire wall. If you still see red rings on it, you can immediately identify that you did not tighten that yet. Then it could be a safety issue, and make sure that gets tightened before you leave that facility and there's no leaks. So if you see blue bands throughout your assembly, then you know it's a secondary visual confirmation that everything has been tightened, leak-free, and you're ready to go. So those are two patents that have been the solution in the market to most of the problems that tube fittings have had. Okay, we're going to move right along. This is some of our return policy. Like I mentioned, we have a lifetime warranty on those products. Our certifications, we have virtually every certification that is known in the market, including nuclear certification and approvals by some of the largest companies in the world. So if you need certifications, we can certainly provide those for you. So a lot of the frequently asked questions we get is what's the pressure rating on a tube fitting, and most of the car wash industry is well under our pressure rating, and the pressure rating is decided on the tubing and not the fitting. So the fittings themselves would probably handle 30 to 40,000 psi, and the tubing, depending on the wall thickness you buy, might be in the 2 to 3 to 4,000 psi range. So it's up to the customer to choose the tubing that meets his pressure requirements. We talk about reusing red rings, and we'll go back to number 4, single or double ferrule. I recommend double ferrule. It's a better sealing system. It uses a little less torque, except in a high vibration environment, and then I would go with single. But we typically recommend double ferrule. Typical pressure chart where you can design your tubing based on the pressure you're using in your facility. And here's just some pictures of what tubing looks like in a facility. And the next one is actually a car wash wall. So that's a wall in a car wash. You can see the tubing, the bends, the amount of connections there. And but when stainless steel is being used in place of say some kind of rubber or poly hose, you're looking at a lifetime product versus a product that can wear out. We also carry our main, our company name is Mako Products. Mako Products does have some commodity products such as stainless steel tubing, commodity valves, needle valves, some things used in car wash industry, and then of course the instrumentation side with tube fittings, MPT fittings, and JIC fittings would all come from Superlok. So Mako Products is the parent company, and Superlok is our premium brand. And just a few other product lines that we have. A lot of these will not be used in car wash, but this is the Mako Products lineup of commodity products. So basic ball valves, of course, tubing, and some instrument fittings. And this is just more of our portfolio of products that we provide, whether it's cryogenics, the tube benders, which a lot of the car wash companies need a supplier for. And as you see in the bottom left, the clamps. So with tubing, it needs to be clamped down in place, and we do provide all the different varieties of clamps that are needed in the industry. Some of the car washes now are requiring braided hose in certain areas, so we do custom braided hose. And our claim to fame is that we will take a custom order and build it and ship it within 24 hours. So that's something that a lot of the car washes have found that's necessary to get their systems up and running on time. Okay, guys, do you have any questions for me? I know I went through that fast. I know your time is valuable, and
Oh yeah, I had a question. I know there's good competitive pricing and all the warranties and stuff like that. But as I understand, this is not a Chinese-made product. Is that right?
yes, this product is out of South Korea.
Okay. Okay. It's good there. And then if customers buy it from, someone like MROSupply and there's ever, they're the first ever warranty case in history.
No,
They
no.
can just reach out to Mako Direct and they'll handle everything. Is that right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
and we have a very good team of people engineers
Okay.
that can examine and find out what happened in your situation. But we have a very good testing facility, so we can certainly investigate those claims if need be.
Okay. And if I want engineering, I could just reach out direct.
Yes.
Or okay. Okay. That's it for me, I guess. Anyone else?
You said something about reusing the red pieces that break off. How easy is it to reuse a fitting?
So in the industry, and that's a really good question, most fittings are not reused. Sometimes they are reconnected. And the real value of the red rings is that first time you put them on. So that first time is the important time where you want those ferrules seated onto that stainless steel just right. So anytime you want to reconnect, you don't need the red rings. The only time you would need the red rings is if you wanted to take that fitting, cut it out, cut it off of the system, put in brand new ferrules, because once you use ferrules, they're a one-time use. Put in brand new ferrules and go throw that fitting on another assembly. So reconnection instructions are, after you've used our red ring, the ferrules are perfectly seated on that tubing. During reconnection, you're just re-securing that connection over and over. So you can reconnect multiple times, and you tighten the nut till it's hand tight, and you continue tightening until a rise in torque is felt. So it's just a reconnection. The red rings are not needed for reassembly each time, if that makes sense.
On the same tubing with the same ferrules.
Yes.
But if you're using it in a different location, you cannot reuse the red portion, right? They're actually broken.
No,
Correct.
you can, if you, the ferrules are what is non-reusable. So if you wanted to take the nut off and the body off and put in some brand new ferrules, which we sell separately, you could snap those red rings back on and they are reusable.
Okay.
I was curious about material compatibility. I mean, have you sold these in a lot of car wash applications? Is the material compatible with all the chemicals that are being used?
Yeah, that's a good question. 316 is compatible with every chemical that I know of in the car wash. I have not met a chemical that it is not. The metallurgy compatibility is something that we stress, and we always stress, try to use stainless with stainless, not stainless with brass. There's a thing called galvanic corrosion that can occur when you have dissimilar metals. So we try to always keep similar metals connected with similar metals.
Thank you.
And this might be a question for, it sounds like some of the MRO people on here. Do you guys currently have these products? And if not, when are you going to get products like this on your website? And then, what is shipping times and things like that. MRO has been awesome for me when I'm ordering bearings as far as timing and pricing and everything else. And so I'd be excited to hear, adding this lineup if it is coming and we're already on there.
Yeah, it should all be on there. If there's something, I'll double check and see if there's anything that we're missing that isn't on there. And we sell to a lot of car washes all the time. So that's kind of what kind of got us to start moving into car wash specific things. I have so many car wash customers. So if there's nothing there, or if there's something you don't see, let us know and I'll send you an email with my contact information. And I'm happy to get other things that you don't find yet that should be on MRO. But yeah, we should have the entire line here. Superlok.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the availability is the same as far as timing that I've gotten good service with the bearings. You feel from both of you guys that the timing will be about the same as bearings?
Yeah, I mean, Thad, maybe you could speak to your stock availability for everything. But my understanding last time was that you guys had plenty of stock for most of the stuff that you have, or the build time is short.
Yeah, so we ship out of most of our products out of Oklahoma City. We now have Houston and West Texas location, but most of them come out centrally located in the U.S. And our commitment is same day shipping. If you call us at 4:30 p.m. Central, we're going to get it out to you that day. So we're over 99% same day shipping, and that's our goal every day. Now our inventory for our location, where we're in the middle of America, we've got the largest inventory of instrumentation control products, including up to 1 million feet of tubing on the floor at all times.
Cool.
Okay. Great.
Guys, it's been my pleasure to speak to you guys. Thanks for taking your time out of your day and listening to this exciting bunch of products. It's a game changer in the industry. It's easy to sell and it's easy to use. That's what we love about it. A beginner can literally take a piece of tubing and a tube fitting, and you can send them out and you can wrench it on and know that it's mistake free, and that's pretty exciting.
Okay. All right, great.
So, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.